if I ask you, don't hold back on me. Only better if you set it free. In a new light, we can see everything clear. Are we really happy here? There's a shadow rising on the wall.
So I'm standing down at the far end of the barn, and behind me you can see the open door that is by our driveway. The door will most often come in and out of. There is a man door on the side also. This main aisleway in the barn is one of the first areas that will get cleaned out. We need to move all of our lawn equipment that's currently stored here out to somewhere else, and we also have excess fencing and such stored here that we've removed from other parts of the property already. So there are plans being formed and soon to go into motion to make space for those things. In the other outbuilding, the outbuilding is full of stuff. Some stuff is stuff that was left behind here but could potentially be useful. It's a lot of boards, and there's more lawn equipment that was left here and tools and such. It just needs to be organized and stacked appropriately so it's not all over the floors and shelves that are there. And we need to get some more shelving and organize in there so we can properly use it for storage and actually for a workshop. The other option, at least for some of the lawn equipment, is to use one of these stalls, which I'll show you as best as I can. It's pretty dark, what we're going to do with that. So that will, if we can get the lawn equipment put away and get some of the gardening equipment hung up, then we'll be able to finish cleaning this main aisleway. Mostly there's a lot of cobwebs here and spiders, so we'll get rid of those, you know, with a broom most likely, and maybe the shop vac. And I don't know that the walls here really need scrubbed down. We'll probably clean the windows. It looks like they do open the windows, but there's no screen, so I'll have to look into that. This main aisleway at first will just be, you know, just to access in and out of the barn, get in and out of the stalls, but ongoing, potentially there is space here underneath the windows where quail cages or rabbit cages could be, or potentially milking stanchions could be. You can see here we actually have a full staircase that goes up and turns and goes up to the hayloft. It also needs some repair, and you have to watch your head on that turn. And then this little area here is beside what will be the chicken coop stall. So this area, I think, is going to be cleaned up and used for feed and bedding materials. I mean, other than straw, because we have the hayloft. There is, I'm sorry, it's so hard to see in here. It's just so dark. There's a table here that looks like it's almost the perfect size for like a milking stanchion for goats. There's also a trunk, which is very cool, with some stuff in. There's some things underneath that I can't get down to show you right now. The floor in this area is concrete for some reason. I don't know why. It seems to be like the only spot that is. There is a window there, and then also under those stairs, for whatever reason, is a window that goes out the front of the barn, and then there's a window in the stairway also that you can just barely see because the sliding doors on the outside are covering it right now. So this area is another area that will be cleaned sooner than later. And then here you can see these handles that appear to be plumbing. I don't know exactly where they go. They go down into the ground. There's no faucet on them. They're just knobs you can turn. It seemed to be one red, one blue. So we don't know what that's about. And then over here in the floor, I don't know if you'll be able to see, there is, in the middle of a dirt floor, a drain. You can't quite see it. It's right in the middle. I'm not sure why they would put a drain in the middle of a dirt floor. And then over here is a frost-free faucet. And then that's the man door that goes out the side of the barn that's closest to the house. This is the stall in our barn that was previously used as a chicken coop. You can see a roost there behind me. And it was left in this condition, not cleaned out. There's still who knows how old chicken poo down there, and dirty feeder, dirty nest box. I am standing on what feels like probably at least a foot of straw. So apparently they were doing a deep bedding method. I don't actually know what the floor is inside the stalls. I think it's dirt, but I'm not sure yet. We're gonna need to clean this out and dig it all out. I found a variety of chicken equipment here. Feeders, waterers, heat lamps, nesting boxes. I know this roost that they have here is gonna come out. It's disgusting and kind of rotting. There is a poop deck you can see down there underneath. That's also going to come out. I'm going to do roosting bars a different way. We're also going to probably redo, I don't know if you can see, it's so dark in here. Up here they have chicken wire at the top to separate it from the other stall, the next stall. I think we'll probably redo that with hardware cloth. And then I'm going to try to show you, it probably will just kind of white out, but this stall, the door that goes to the outside, you can see it, you just can't see me very well. They replaced the Dutch horse door with what looks like one piece of a sliding door and one piece of a screen door. And there's a little like pet door down in the bottom for chickens to get in and out. I don't know if we're going to keep that or try to put back a more traditional barn door on there. Not really sure. It does at least allow a lot more daylight in here, which would be beneficial in the wintertime. And maybe you can see the chicken wire a little better. I want to try to make this stall as predator proof as possible. The entire barn is not completely predator proof and needs some help, some repairs in a few different areas, so we'll be working on that too. But this stall, you can see behind me, this barn was built for horses, so I would say this stall is maybe 8 by 8. I don't think it's quite 10 feet wide. It might be. And the door that goes to the main alley in the barn is a sliding door that is open at the top, except they have chicken wire on that too. So again, we'll probably replace chicken wire with hardware cloth. And then, like, even the walls are just dirty, dusty. They need to be all cleaned, because I don't know the health of the birds that were in here before or how long ago it was. It was at least more than a year, because we've owned this place more than a year. The whole place is going to get completely cleaned out, get rid of all the cobwebs, and actually scrub it down really, really well. It's January already. I know that I can start getting chicks starting in February, and of course they wouldn't go in the coop right away. They'd be in a brooder for a while. But I want to get this space ready and prepared nonetheless. And this stall is one of the first goals. This stall is the one that I think we will try to use kind of as a shed. There's already some plywood on the walls. I don't know if we'll leave that or take it down, maybe cover some more of these spaces. There's a pile of logs. Some of these I will probably actually use as stools around a campfire somewhere, and the rest will go in the burn pile. And I actually found 2 more rain barrels in here, and at least 1 lid for them. Oh, there's another lid over there. Oh, another barrel. I'm a little afraid to step into the stall because I can't see very well. Looks like some garden stakes. You can barely see next to that blue barrel. It looks like corner hay feeders, which is awesome. And you can see the, the Dutch doors there. Obviously, pretty leaky. And it doesn't need to be a sealed barn or anything, but I'd like to at least make it so raccoons and such can't get in here if possible. I don't know if that's possible, but we'll see what we can do, because eventually I'd like to use this space for animals as well. They have used it. There is a lamp on the wall that I assume they probably used as a brood lamp. And on the floor, you probably can't see, there's remains of some sort, it looks like pine pellets. So this one may have been actually used for horses last, and potentially for a brooder space. This is the space that may become a shed to hold some of our lawn equipment. And if we do that, I'll have to make a little bit of a ramp because there is a large cement lip here at the doorway. And then this has the same sliding door as the other stalls going down the way there. I wanted to share our plans with you on our next project. We're still continuing on working on the garden beds when we have good weather. I expect to have some videos of that soon. We're working on getting beds filled and planning for fencing. I'm researching fencing. So that's all I've got for you today. We'll see you on the next video.